I have played drums my whole life. I have toured, won awards, and lived the dream. But none of that could have happened without the help of one company, Disney. Growing up, Disney wasn't just entertainment, it was the dream. When I was a kid, we couldn't afford to go to the parks, but the movies were my escape from reality. Why? Because they made the world feel magical and the music made it even better. Before the tours and awards, there was just one kid sitting on a couch watching these movies over and over again. If we haven't met yet, my name is Robert Acevedo. I am a Latin Grammy award-winning musician and drummer. And this is how Disney shaped my music career. There are 5 specific movies that shaped my way of drumming and my way of playing. And not only did they shape my drumming, they shaped my whole career, how I approach music and how to be a professional. So here are those 5 movies. Number 1, Oliver and Company.
You wanna?
This movie is criminally underrated, but the soundtrack is honestly one of Disney's best, and it's Billy Joel at his finest. Who doesn't like Billy Joel? When I was growing up, I wanted to be like Dodger. Carefree, cool, just have the amazing lifestyle of living in New York City. So the first time that I'm watching this movie, I'm sitting on my couch and my dad pops in the VHS. Yes, the VHS. Now, I've noticed that all Disney movies set their tone at the beginning of the movie with music. And this movie is not the exception. They absolutely open up with a banger. You hear the hi-hat going, the shuffle hi-hat, and then you hear the kick drum playing the same pattern. And then all of a sudden, wham!
You wanna?
And then Dodger is singing. 1 minute I'm in Central Park. And you're like, whoa, that line, that hook right there is absolutely insane. And you just fall in love with that character, and then you just fall in love with the movie from that point on. That was the moment that I learned one of the most important lessons: groove is everything. The second movie that inspired my music career and my approach to drumming was Hercules. Now, if you're not a fan of Hercules, what are you doing? Now, Hercules was a blockbuster success, and it was a late 1990s movie. But again, typical Disney, the bangers are played at the beginning. So then the first song that you hear on this soundtrack is The Gospel Truth. And it's super simple. You hear this very low voice going, "You go, girls." And then all of a sudden the kick drum comes in. And then you hear this introduction of the muses just explaining who they are, and it's just so killer. I didn't know anything about gospel music at the time, but the moment the muses started singing, the kick drum pattern kicked in, you had me. The energy just grabbed me. The groove, the feel, the way the drum sat in that pocket, it was different from anything I've ever heard before. That intro made me pay attention to rhythms in a new way. It wasn't just about playing the right note. It was about the feel. It was about conveying that emotion, that rawness. That was my first taste at real gospel style music. Before we jump into the third movie, if you're enjoying the video and the nostalgia is hitting, go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and every little sub lets me put in more time in making videos like this. And leave a comment and tell me what your favorite Disney movie is and what your favorite Disney soundtrack is. The third movie is nothing more and nothing less other than Tarzan. Now listen, as a drummer, I am a huge Phil Collins fan. I didn't even know who Phil Collins was when this movie came out. All I know is that he cooked on this soundtrack. The drums, the intro, the monkeys running and flying, like it was just raw, like right off the bat. This whole soundtrack is just a banger after a banger. Two Worlds, Son of Man, I'll Be in Your Heart, Trashing the Camp, Stranger Like Me. Like, there is not one single score on this movie that doesn't sound good. Fun fact, You Will Be in My Heart is my favorite love story. And not only is it my favorite love story, I have tied it to so many moments in my life. Like the first time I met my wife, that's our love song. When I got married, my mom in Sundance was You'll Be in My Heart. When Mia was born, that has become our daddy-daughter song. So that's how impactful this whole soundtrack and that one particular song is. Like, it has been tied into my life ever since it came out. So if I cry, mind your business. It's a really emotional song for me. But basically, this whole soundtrack taught me one thing about drum, is that you can be the main character while you're playing. Because the whole movie is literally the heartbeat of the jungle, and Tarzan just gathering his strength to save his family. Tarzan showed me that the drums don't just sit in the back and keep time, that they can be the heartbeat, the lead, the thing that makes the entire song move. That really shifted the way that I thought about drumming. It gave purpose to my drumming. The fourth movie is The Emperor's New Groove. Another criminally underrated movie that now after 20 years getting the love that it deserved. This soundtrack is honestly probably one of the weakest in Disney's. But there's this one song called The Perfect World by Tom Jones that really saves the whole thing. It's probably one of the hardest songs I have ever played, and honestly, it's a lot of fun to play, but this song challenged me to widen the scope of my playing and redefine my technique and style. You can't just bang on this song. The elements behind it require to actually read music, be able to count and know other styles aside from pop, rock, and funk. The movie is hysterical in itself, but this one song is insane. Fun fact, it took me a really long time to learn how to play this song because I like playing all the sections. I play the bongos, I play the drums, I play the congas and the timbales, and honestly, it's just really hard to play because there's so many cuts, there's so many sections that changes, like it's thematic. So it took me like at least 10 years to figure it out. And that was without any music and without any lessons or anything. So probably if I had all of those things, I probably figured it out earlier. But it was a fun journey to learn how to play this song correctly. And movie number 5, and I can't do this justice to these movies. So it's gonna be a combo movie. It's Monsters, Inc. and The Incredibles. Two different styles of jazz. Monsters, Inc. is the cool, laid back, you have the clarinet playing the solo and the melody, kind of letting you know that, yeah, these are cool cats. You know, they're chilling, they're in their almost mid-30s character. And then you have The Incredibles where it's just bam, 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 bam. You have Mr. Incredible fighting robots, Elastigirl getting blasted off a jet, and then all the kids, you know, you got Dash running and Violet learning about her powers, and then Jack being a little monster. Two different themes under the same genre, which is insane. These two movies show me one thing, that jazz is a wide range of spectrum, meaning that jazz could be soft, lovey and dovey, and hardcore, really hard to play. So it pushed me to actually dive in more into the style of music to be able to play it correctly, which a lot of people can't say that they do. There's a lot of people that can't play jazz. But these two movies let me know right off the bat that if you wanted to play jazz, you have got to be able and versatile to play it. But how did Disney music shape my music career? Honestly, it's pretty simple. When you look at all these movies and everything they represent, there's one thing that they all have in common: versatility. Most people don't realize this, but a lot of the Disney soundtracks are recorded by the same core groups of musicians and orchestra, including the percussionists and drummers. And to play that wide range of music, you can't just know one style. You need range, you need accuracy, you need feel, you need musical awareness, and you need real passion. People think that Disney music is easy, but the reality is it's not. Try playing something from Enchanted, or even try playing something from Moana or Frozen. Those drum parts are not easy to play. A lot of the times when musicians cover Disney music, they don't quite nail it. Not because they're bad players, but because they miss the key ingredient behind all of it: the intention. Disney music is written to bring a sense of magic into the room, to create atmosphere, emotion, story. So to play it right, you just can't play the notes. You have to understand the feel, the storytelling, the dynamics, the world behind the music. That's what shaped me the most. Learning how to be versatile, musical, and intentional with everything that I play. And honestly, that's really how I've been able to build a career in music. Disney music pushed me. It forced me to level up even without me realizing it. Every time I sit down to play, I know I can't just go through the emotions. I have to be better than the last time. When I'm practicing, I'm not just practicing running notes or grooves. I'm trying to capture the essence of the music, the time, the feel, the intention behind every phrase. But the biggest thing, it taught me how to have emotions in music. This music taught me that your emotions have to be present. Your talent might open the door, but your emotions, your sensitivity, your ability to make somebody feel something, that's what keeps you in the room. That has been the foundation of my whole entire drumming career. And that's why my sound and my drumming sound, it is what it is today. And that is how Disney music shaped my drumming career. So if you're interested in more videos, or you want to see me play some of these songs, click right here to see them, or check out some of these videos right here. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what your favorite Disney soundtrack is, and let me know what your favorite Disney movie is. Like, I'm sure there's some 90 babies around here in the comments that are just like, yeah man, I remember that one movie that Disney released so many years ago that really made an impact for me. All right, love you all, peace.